Well, spring is in the air, kind of, sort of, anyway. Well, although it might not feel like it outdoors, it's coming. Riley promises us.
It's on the way. And to get ready, Rebecca Kolls helps us jumpstart the season with tips on starting your garden indoors.
So first of all, for this project, if you're not going to be committed, don't do it, because starting seeds requires time and a lot of babysitting. But here's why I like it. I received this great little funky vegetable kit this year. Not only will I save money growing my own veggies, but because I'm starting from seed, I can pick a whole variety of odd, different vegetables or plants that I've never planted before. Now, if you're looking to save money, you don't need to go out and invest in a lot of seed starting products. In fact, the only thing you want to spend money on is good seed starting soil or a seed starting mixture. This is very lightweight. It won't suffocate the seeds. It's very different from potting soil. This cost me about $3, $4. And the nice thing is it's compressed, so I get to watch it grow, which is always fun. And it's a great project for kids. But this is where you want to spend the money. Other than that, you can use Dixie cups to plant your seeds. Of course, we all know about using egg cartons, and this is great for kids. A fun opportunity, but I don't like it as much only because you don't have much growth here, so the seed is going to grow quickly. It needs to be transplanted, and this does decompose over time. What I really like is digging through the recycling bin. There's all kinds of plastic containers that are built for seed starting. They already have holes in the bottom, and this blueberry container has a lid, which is excellent because then I can create a greenhouse, which will actually speed up germination. Okay, so to get this started, we're going to just put it in a bucket or in a large bowl and add water. Whoa, excuse me. Jeez. Of course, it's going to soak it in, expand, and give us the perfect seed starting mixture. Takes about 4 minutes for it to expand. There it goes. Okay, so while the soil is getting moistened, what we want to do is check the viability of our seeds. We want to make sure they're good and they're going to grow something. Now, if you buy seeds this year and they're fresh, they're good to go. You don't need to do any testing. But if you're like me and you get overindulgent and you buy all kinds of packets of seeds that you never get to, or perhaps you've saved seeds over the year, here's 2 ways to test to see if they're going to grow something. I'm going to spread these seeds on a wet paper towel, getting rid of all the broken pieces, and then roll that up or fold it in. So you can put this in a windowsill, wait for about 4 or 5 days, and the seed will soften and slowly start germinating. That tells you you've got a plant ready to go, and you can just plant it in soil and take off. Another way to test seeds, especially for those small seeds, like for example, these tomato seeds. I've had these, a couple of years. So what I can do is just sprinkle them into water. All the seeds have sunk to the bottom of the water. That means there's moisture in those seeds. They're heavy, so they go to the bottom. That means they're going to grow. So I can go ahead and germinate these. If seeds float to the top, that means they're dry, there's no life in the seed, scoop them out, throw them away. So what we're going to do is take this moistened soil and just put it into our container. So I'm going to plant this broccoli. Tiny seed. I'm not going to eat all this broccoli. I can harvest it early. But here's the rule. People plant their seeds too deeply, they die. That's the #1 reason most of the plants die here. So something as small as this broccoli, we're simply going to press into the soil. All right, so we're going to put the lid on. And the beauty of this lid is it creates kind of like a greenhouse. It's going to help the soil retain its moisture, creating a very nice, warm, humid environment, which is what you need to get those seeds to germinate. But the second the seeds start popping out and you see that flush of green, you want to take the lid out. Now, to grow your seeds, make sure you give them plenty of light. A south-facing window is the best, 8 to 12 hours a day. Add some light if you have to, artificial light. You want to keep the potting mix at least damp but not wet. And then when it's big enough, when the plants start outgrowing their pot, that's when you start transplanting them into something like a peat pot. But that's another segment that I can show you, about 4 weeks from now when it's nice and warm. I'm Rebecca Kolls for WCCO 4 News.
As Rebecca said, keeping soil moist is critical. 1 dry hour is enough to kill tiny seedlings.
And if you'd like more advice, now's the time of year to get into that gardening. You can go to Rebecca's Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, people are starting to want to get out in the yards and do that
Yes.
yard work, right?
Not yet.